Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming here to listen us. I think you have got the lots of information from both of the presenter. So I am going to share with you like mapping flood inundation, shelter suitability area in Bangladesh using the geospatial technology. So this is the kind of flow where how we are in flood inundation, what kind of image we are doing, flood map, hazard area, flood shelter suitability. Finally, you may see that there is some flood shelter because we need during the disaster time some flood shelter. So why we need to have some flood shelter out there? Just see the some photo I'm showing you some video also. This is the middle of the most recent one floods happened in Sylhet in Bangladesh. Part of the Sylhet is northern part of the Sylhet. This is full water inundated. Even when people are walking, so you don't know the next you will be able to reach your destination. So that is the one of the challenges. Your house, maybe this is the photo I took also from the aeroplane when I was going. So I don't see the where to go actually. And these are the people are not always poor. Because when your whole house inundated, you may have a lots of domestic animals. You know where you are going to do, but I see UK, many has a domestic animals, they are walking here, feeding nicely, but disaster time, very impossible, very difficult for everyone. Even you just see that the man trying to carry and lots of frustration, somebody is trying to carry, but how long he can walk. So these are the, and this is the one of the quick techniques actually, it's not mapping, I'm going to show, this is the, just you cut the banana tree.
Amazing.
You never see.
No,
so you can move, you can stay. For when people don't have any other solution, just they try to float, they try to go there. So considering this type of information are there, like lots of good example are showing there others, like the fabrics mapping. Yes, that is before the flood, if we know that this is the flood area. So we have to consider this flood area are there. So this is very useful for our land use planning. Okay, so this is the area people should not stay. But sometime maybe our area, we cannot afford, okay, this is the area we are not going to stay because we have to leave. Because they are maybe 200 years, 300 years living that floodplain zone. Suddenly moving from one place to another, impossible. Then one thing also component are there, lots of scientists are working, they give the flood a warning. So that is also very much in Bangladesh as an example, under the Water Development Board of flood forecasting early warning says they are also doing, even some scientists from our AC mode collaborating with that, we are trying to enhance the flood forecasting as much accurate because that is also very good information are needed. Then during the flood, what we have to do? Suppose when you have seen that some lady doesn't know where to go, so that's mean need to know the where the how much area inundated. If government wants to give some reliefs, rescue, they need to know how much area. And after that damage assessment, even today we learn how to do damage assessment, how to do exposure. This is also very much important one. Because if you consider the anti-food security, they have to know that this much crop area being damaged this year. If they need to import some food, if they import some thing, so they have to know. Also, sometimes infrastructure like when the road, bituminous road completely inundated, a good quality road, bad quality road actually, it's impact very much. So need to repair those type of things. And finally, while we are putting you, scientists are putting us risk. Okay, you are living in the risk area. Where is, what do you think? So I'm maybe living the risk area. then I would have to go to the flood shelter suitable. Where is the suitable flood area? So considering the mapping importance are there, you just see the satellite image for Bangladesh. This is the Landsat image. Optical satellite image always great because it has a more bands. Its mapping wise very good. But in Bangladesh, if you use it has a 136 days on an average every year rainy days. If it 136 rainy days, how many days will be cloudy day? You can imagine. So you cannot actually always depend on the Sentinel-2 or Landsat image. Both are free. These are great, but you have to see the alternative option. So what is the great alternative option? The Sentinel image. 2014, when European Union, European Space Agency, they launched first great things happen for flood mapping. Previously, maybe Aerospulse or Japanese Aerospace Agency, few other agencies are doing, but challenge was there. We have to buy. Today flood happening and your procurement team will be run, and after 1 month later you will get the flood data, then you will do process. That's not going to help. So this is the great things happen. Then Sentinel-1A, B launch. Unfortunately, from January, Sentinel-1B not working due to the power. But problem, they are launching also few more. C and D are coming. So again, we'll have so much repeat. Also, it's work day and night. No obstacle. It has also very large area covering. It's so high. So it's very good for flood inundation mapping. Even many other applications, if you are going to see, even if it's river course changing on many other applications might be useful. So besides that, also when a disaster happening, particularly flood, like in Asia, Sentinel Asia, and this is the one kind of consortium led by Japan Aerospace Agency, also ADRC Japan. So they activate the international charter. So through the international charter, we can get not only Sentinel data, then we can get Indian satellite or maybe Japanese satellite, many other satellite consortium. They give the all kind of data. So that type of data also can be processed in the SNAP tools, like what developed by European Space Agency. And this is the basic step actually we are following. Okay, the spectral filter, multi-lobe, radiant correction, all of that. When we are getting the multiple sources of the basis process, then sometime good after that good things happen. Google Earth Engine also came. Google Earth Engine 2-3 years before, one of the challenges was little bit backlog. Like today, just now, one observation done by a Sentinel image, maybe 3 hours, 2 hours or something. But now, as soon observation done, maybe within 2 hours later, it's available in the Google Earth Engine. So it has so many data. Once the algorithm has been developed, simply we can use. We not need to download because big issue was there, our area. Each scene of Sentinel image around 3 GB data. You are having a very high-speed internet. It's not everywhere high-speed internet. The 3 GB data downloaded earlier time, at least 2-3 hours, sometime midnight, you have to get our data, and suddenly it's a power interrupted, your data did not download. But Google Earth Engine, great things. We can do image composite like this within a minute. This is the not these are. So this is kind of code if you are going to use. I'm sharing also the code. How can you can explore yourself. So this is the actually Sentinel image, and that is the flood water and perennial water. Why we should differentiate a flood water and perennial water, like a water body, regular water body, fish farming and all other, is that you are using for fishing. But when it's overflow water is connected with river, then your fishing, all the fish goes to the river. That's mean you are sufferer. So also parent need to differentiate. How we differentiate it? So we consider the January 1st to April. If there is any water body particular places, we consider. Usually in Bangladesh, there is none of year flood happens before the April, except 2017. There are flood 28 April. I think flood was started. Other than every time is good, but not happening all the moment. So it also has a different kind of purpose of perennial water and differentiated. So this type of code if you use, also you can quickly, at least Bangladesh, South Asia side, you can produce a plant map very quickly. And there is always great questions come. So how did you validate? How good your plant maps? That is questions are there. If you luckily have maybe any as I was telling that there is some problem in the cloud free data, but if you have the same data of Landsat image, same data of Sentinel image, then you can do the plot mapping using Landsat and using Sentinel. Then you can say the omission and commission and how much the differences are there. If there is not that much significant difference, what kind of threshold and everything you put it. So that's mean you can use the same kind of algorithm there. Also, how we are doing comparison, you can see that one. Besides that, also you can insert some reference point, like in the water and non-water area. Then extract some backscatter value from the Sentinel. Then backscatter value, you can make some plot and you can get the what is the best suitable. Even today we are doing not for extracting some value from the some population data, but similar way we can do and we can find the good threshold for flood mapping. So once we did such kind of flood mapping, what we do? Once we develop such kind of plant mapping, I'm showing you this is the 2016 Bihar flood in India. There is lots of flooding. So we develop some application. So anyone can see the which district, how much square area are inundated. So that is one way, but sometimes you don't want to see that one because as a researcher, you may need to have a data yourself because you want to see further analysis. So we actually all the data we share also. This type kind of data through our website. Anyone interested, they can download the data from our website. It's more website. It's called Regional Database System. If you search the EC mode RDS, you will get the data. So this is the flood map of 2016. So this is the 2017. This is where you may see the whole Bangladesh flooding is not. Don't be confused because of a larger area due to the maybe histogram is coming, but if you do zoom, it's not in. And also scene by scene. That time we are doing before Google Earth. Each scene we analyze differently using the Snap and other tools. Then we upload it in the website. And then this is the 2000 more recent flood. Also, this is the link. Actually, you see the application. So anyone interested to view the flood. After that, I'm coming a little bit close to that Bangladesh, because any risk analysis or flood prone area or flood sheltered area. So we may need to know multiple months, multiple years. So once we have a such kind of algorithm ready, so we did many years flood. So if you see just that the April to June, newly inundated area, you can identify it. Some area again you see the flood already declined. So this is also very much important. If your crop area inundated maybe 2 weeks, your paddy will not survive. So if any crop event, so those type of things very important. Also, where is the like newly inundated area, or where is the area flood being declined? And this is some photo also that. So finally, I'm coming to the flood shelter suitability area. So this is the very basic step we are using. We are using previous flood, landform, elevation, accessibility, road, settlement, population, and land cover. Finally, coming to the flood shelter suitability area. So why we need to consider, suppose that the beside the flood, the elevation, because different elevation, it may not all the elevation area or if high elevation area not inundated always. So that's why we use the elevation. Then land cover. Land cover, what kind of land cover are suitable for flood area? This is up to you, but you want to do middle of the cropland, or you want to go to the forest. I think if we select the forest land for flood mapping, it's not going to help. Also, land cover on small things we're doing. As we are working the Hindu Kushimala, this is very large area. We are also doing the land cover mapping annual basis. Though there is the global land cover, there is also in the white global land cover. There is the some European Space Agency globe cover to up to now more recent one. Many data is there, but 30-meter resolution land base like 2000 to 2021 we are producing like land cover using the FAO classification, LCCS classifications. Those are the land cover using. Then population density, where we should have a flood shelter, densely populated area, because if there is no population, why we need to have any flood shelter? Then accessibility. Now flooding, so I know the flood coming. I have to have a good accessibility. If it no accessibility, then nobody will interest. And if it too much challenges are there, then distance road as much close to the road connection. Then considering the distance to settlement, also landform, because different landform has a different all the kind of landform not flooding. So we have to select the high weightage value we have to give. So this is the landform not flooding regularly. After that, we can see the flood prone area. So that is the area flood shelter suitability. As somebody from Bangladesh, she knows very well. She may say, this is the area, why not the very suitable area for floods. This is the mangrove forest. I think someone also was telling that she have been mangrove forest because there is no people out there. If we are building some flood shelter, it's not going to useful. Just tourists, some researchers are only going. They are going by boat. Also, this is the Chittagong Hill. There is also less floods. So there is, if you build the flood shelter not needed, they are already in the bit top. So you don't need to have that. Where you should have the area, green area, actually this is the flood shelter area. Then you will say, oh, why not in the our area? Or not middle of the river. If you build middle of the river in a flood shelter, river will course will change. There is every year at least few flood shelter are damaging because they build in the middle of the river. So these are the criteria. They may not have time. I'm not telling they are ignored. They may not have time to consider. So if we consider all the parameters for the building the flood shelter, at least flood shelter will be very much useful. There is in Bangladesh lots of cyclone shelter. If you see there are many cyclone coming in Bangladesh, but there is minimum flood shelter. Government thinking to do more and more, but they can use such kind of criteria. And considering the flood-prone area, oops, sorry. Okay. Good. Considering the flood-prone area and flood shelter suitability, I tried to see some metrics, fluoropath map. So this side is a flood-prone area, this side is a flood shelter area. Then finally found that this is the area, red zone. We have to give big priority. If we want to keep people, we don't want to give them risks because we are identifying the risks. Your risks, heartbeat are increasing. but we have to keep minimize the how our shelter. So this is the area. So water body, you cannot build any shelter, but this is the area or red area need to give priority. So this is one of the shelter. This is this recent newspaper I collected that on. So this is the shelter actually they build, and how they build actually flood shelter in the basement there. They put for a domestic animal. Okay. They built very close to the water body. Then none of domestic animal will get. And if it little bit another 2 feet water rising, then even this shelter people will be on trouble. So this is the some quick idea how flood shelter going to is. So these are the work reference paper I published. So this is the paper if you are interested, such kind of things. So this is the maybe you have a lots of questions also, I feel. So you can read if you are interested that. So with that, I want to give big thanks to Dr. Martin, because last time she was supporting me to come here, but due to some reason I could not come. I'm so feel great that I'm now personally in here, and I could interact. Even I was learning lots of things from Andrew Carr, and big thanks to also Anne-Marie. She arranged everything to coming from Nepal to here. But as I'm working actually in Nepal, this is the one of the organization, International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, is focused for mountain. Though mountain and downstream has a long relation, that's why actually we work for floods. So thank you so much.